Welcome back, guys. This is TK. In this video we are going to take a look at installing Cisco Virtual Internet Routing Labs, or Cisco VIRL. You can download Cisco VIRL, or purchase Cisco VIRL I should say, from virl.cisco.com, and here we are going to take a look at installing it on a VMware workstation. First we need to create 4 virtual network adapters, VMnet 1 to VMnet 4, and for the virtual adapters we are going to disable the DHCP service, and for the first one we are going to assign 172.16.1.0 IP subnet, and for the second one 172.16.2.0, third one 3.0, and for the last VMnet 4 we are going to assign 172.16.10.0. Like I said before, you can purchase VIRL from virl.cisco.com, and I believe it's $199, and you get a $50 discount on for the month of December. And once you purchase VIRL, you get 2 files. One is your OVA file, which we are going to import soon, and the other one is the license file. Once we have the virtual machine up and running, then we have to install the license to continue the installation process. So let's finish up this virtual network adapter creation. For the last one is VMnet 4, which will be 172.16.10.0 IP subnet, and for all 4 virtual network adapters we will be disabling DHCP service, which is not required. Let's go ahead and import the OVA file here. And you can put a name, assign a name for the virtual machine, and then let's import the OVA file. And once that's completed, we'll go and edit the file. One of the important things to remember is in order to continue and use VIRL, you need internet access on the VIRL server. So the first network adapter here, we need to map into a physical network where you have the internet access. It can be either NAT or bridged. I'm going to use bridged, and the rest of the adapters are going to be mapped into the virtual network adapters which we created before. Network adapter 2 will be VMnet 1, and the network adapter 5 will be VMnet 4, and the rest of them will be 2 and 3. Alright, the first one should be bridged into or NAT into your physical network adapter where you have the internet access. Alright, let's power this machine up. Once it boots up, the default username for VIRL is VIRL, and the password is VIRL, all uppercase. VIRL uppercase. First thing, we'll check if we have internet access from this VIRL server. Which we do. We ping cisco.com and we are getting a response back. Also, we'll verify the KVM option can be used. KVM acceleration can be used. So now let's go ahead and check our NTP configuration. Sudo nano, we'll use nano as the editor for /etc ntp.conf, and let's go ahead and check the servers. Here we are going to remove the predefined servers here, and we are going to add new servers, new NTP servers. I'm going to use the servers that was specified in the documentation. So the first server I'm going to specify is 0.ubuntu.pool.ntp.org and 1.ubuntu.pool.ntp.org, likewise 2. And 3. Okay, once that's done, since we are using the nano editor, let's do Ctrl X and Y to save the config. We can verify the config by typing more/etc/ntp.conf and make sure those 4 servers are there. Let's go ahead and stop the NTP service by sudo service NTP stop, and then we'll go ahead and apply this configuration NTP sudo ntpd -gq and after we get the return back, let's go ahead and start the service. Sudo service start, sudo service ntp start, and after that you should wait at least 3 minutes for NTP to synchronize, and then you can check the associations and peers. So give about 3 minutes. And type sudo ntpq and check associations. You should see a sys peer. If you don't see it, wait give some little more time, and also you can check the peers, and the offset should be less than 50 here. Okay, so let's exit out of the command line, and for the license installation steps, we need to HTTP into this virtual machine. So let's check our IP address by clicking the IP address icon in the desktop. Here is 10.254.254.150, and let's HTTP into that address from our workstation, from our physical workstation or any other workstation which has access to the IP connectivity to this virtual machine. So let's go to user workspace management, and the default username is uwmadmin, and the password is password. Let's log in, and first thing we need to check is the salt status. Over here is giving us an error, so let's go to salt status and let's reset keys and ID, and let's specify the right credentials here. So the salt ID and domain is the name of the license file that you get when you purchase the VIRL from Cisco. So it's the name of the file without the .pem extension, and then you specify your email address and then the salt master servers, and then you copy and paste the content of the license file into into that white space. So then we'll go ahead and check status now once you apply it, and you should get a successful contact with the expiration date 7 days and the node count of 15. The expiration 7 days means it's going to check every 7 days for the license expiration. Okay, so let's go back to our desktop and follow the installation sequence. The installation sequence is numbered. The first one is install networking, and then the second one is reboot, the third one is install changes, and then fourth one is reboot. So second is reboot. First we click into install networking, and now we reboot. Logging back again, uppercase VIRL, and let's go for the installation step number 3, which is install changes. So then again, a quick recap. Make sure that you have internet access to the virtual machine, and then make sure you change the NTP servers. Make sure we verify the NTP associations and NTP peers, and then you go ahead and install your licenses, and then follow the installation steps 1, 2, and 3. And the last step is 4. After you do the install changes, you reboot the machine, and then you're done. You complete with the installation. Probably the most difficult part here is the license installation process, which you have to be careful when you copy and paste the content of the license file, the .pem extension file, and after that, once the installation is done, we can go ahead and verify and make sure that the VIRL server is properly installed. For that, we'll go to command line, and let's check the Neutron agent status. Neutron agent list, and we should see the smiley faces on each agent types, which is the indication that it was all properly initialized. And also you can verify the VIRL health status and make sure that the 2 ports are listening. Here. Alright, so what we'll do is that since the installation is completed, now we need to interact with our client. So again, I check my IP address. Now it's changed. It's 10.254.254.180 because I'm using DHCP on my workstation. And let's go ahead and HTTP into to the VIRL server, and install the VM Maestro client. So this client, you can install it pretty much any workstation you have where you have access to the VIRL server, the VM we just created. So let's go ahead and install this client. It depends on your platform. You can either install the VM Maestro 64-bit client or 32-bit client. And it will go through a guest setup process in the beginning, and once you go through that the guest user setup, then you ended up in the VIRL design and simulation panes. So you can just drag and drop these virtual instances of iOS and you can quickly do a check, make sure that your the virtual internet lab, virtual routing lab is working fine. So here I'm just going to drag and drop two routers and connect them, and I'm going to just check ICMP connectivity between them. I mean, obviously you're going to set up complicated topologies than this, and this is just to verify, make sure the data plane connectivity and then simulation is working. So let's start the simulation, and then you can go ahead and telnet into these two virtual routers we just created. You can play around with this, and later on I'll show you the INEs, how to install the INEs topology file. Where you can do INE labs, routing and switching version 5 labs. So here I'm using gigabit Ethernet 01 on both routers. So let's quickly set up IP addresses on R1 and R2 and just do an ICMP check. Make sure that we are all good. The VIRL server is all up and running, and we can use it to do all the labs. So here I'm going to configure IP address 1.1.1.1 on router 1 and 1.1.1.2 on router 2, and I'm just going to do a ping from router 1. Ping 1.1.1.2 from router 1, and it's all good. So this is pretty much it. I mean, you can create your own topology files and topologies over here, and drag and drop iOS, virtual iOS, iOS V, right, and iOS XRV, and then you got the cloud services router 1000V, and then NextOS for Nexus layer 3 labs. Let's go ahead and import INE's topology file. We go to INE blog, and Brian McGain have a write-up how to do so. So we just save this file, and we'll extract this file and get the .virl extension, and then we'll import that into our projects. It's a very straightforward topology file. 10 routers in a multi-point connection. What you essentially do is you can copy and paste the INE configurations, the initial configurations per workbook topics, and based on the tagging on each interfaces, you'll create point-to-point connections between the routers. So you go ahead to my topologies, and then go to import, and here you select the topology, and then from you browse to the directory where you save the extracted file, and here's you select that file, the .virl file, finish, and you have that file in the list. You double click that, and you see the 10 routers in a multi-point connection. You start the simulation, and then you can copy and paste the INE initial configs, and you can start doing the labs. So this is just an example, what you can do. You can create your own topology files, just like GNS3. you can you have more virtualized Cisco instances like NXOS and so forth. Alright, so this is it, just installation. Thank you very much.